that within are powerful non-Terran energies which have not been seen before. TAPS console, we appear to be traveling away from warp speed and straight into the heart of whatever is inside the cloud.
All hands stay on alert for anything strange, increase shields, and scan for any activity near us or threats coming.
We'll have to eject from our ship and explore the cloud in order to find out what it is.
It's an alien.
Lieutenant Doctor, have your team open fire on the cloud and sweep it for any hostile activity.
Aye, sir. To her team, open fire.
Shields and scan for
Shields
any
at
activity
maximum.
near us
We've got
or
to get
threats
through
coming.
that thing alive. Oh
We'll
God.
have to eject from our ship and
Sir,
explore the cloud in order to find out what it is.
Increase speed to warp 8 and get us out of there. Increase speed to warp 8 and get us out of there. Increase speed to warp 8 and get us out of there. Increase speed to warp 8 and get us out of there. Increase speed to warp 8 and get us out of there. Increase speed to warp 8 and get us out of there. Increase speed to warp 8 and get us out of there. Increase speed to warp 8 and get us out of there. Increase speed to warp 8 and get us out of there. Increase speed to warp 8 and get us out of there. Increase Captain's Log Stardate 2481.15. We were cruising through a nearby nebula when we encountered an unknown species of alien. To our surprise, they spoke to us in perfect English. After further examination, I have deduced that this species must be from another dimension where everyone is inside their own sitcom episode. We are attempting negotiation for rights so the Federation can use them as entertainment on any extended voyages. Steel to Scop. Come in, Mr. Oh my. The traffic on the Lincoln Tunnel is much worse than expected.
Interesting. It appears that one of our more irrational
Right, so the
impulses,
Federation
unless a
can use them as
transporter malfunction
entertainment on
occurs,
any
has
extended
been indulged
voyages.
in by those species dubbed hominids.
Affirmative, it's gridlock and likely requires an alien intervention if we're ever going to get out of here anytime soon. Steel to Scop.
Uh-oh, it seems
Come
our
in,
traffic
Mr.
woes have
Oh
spilled
my.
over onto the New Jersey
The traffic
side
on
as
the
well.
Lincoln Tunnel is much worse than expected. Let's see if we can find a
Interesting.
way to get
it
out of here.
appears that one of our more irrational
Scotty, so
impulses,
the Federation
unless a
can use them as
transporter malfunction
entertainment on
occurs,
any
has
extended
been
nearest
indulged in
logical
by those
alternative.
species dubbed hominids.
It is only a matter of time before this jam causes us to miss our appointment with destiny.
Alternative? I do not see any.
Well then, we'll just have to find a way around, whatever it is.
I agree, Captain. We must find a way to get past these traffic jams.
Listen, Captain, if you're ever in a pinch and your technology doesn't suffice, remember that logic is the key.
True enough, Scop, but why give up on tech when we can just push it to its limits?
Now that's the spirit. No matter how advanced technology and science become, we are still exploring in uncharted territories. And that's the great thing about it. There are always new frontiers to explore and conquer.
Absolutely, Doctor. Just remember to keep your sense of humor intact, or you'll be left behind in science.
That is wise advice, Captain. Humor can be a powerful tool in the hands of an intelligent person, or even a computer.
I couldn't have said it better, Scop.
When I first contacted Starfleet, they were barely using warp drive.
Yes, the old days. Good thing we went to faster than light speed, or else our long-distance missions would take centuries instead of months.
It's amazing that we're still able to do research and travel through space despite the lack of a warp drive.
I would say it is because science fiction always enables us to have hope for the future.
Enough of this nonsense. Let's be off to explore new worlds and save the universe from evil aliens.
I'm ready when you are, Captain.
Hold on, Mr. Scop. We're not going to just run away from our problems like ancient cowboys in a John Wayne movie.
Indeed we are not, Captain.
Fascinating.
Captain's Log Stardate 2404.82. my crew and I have been tasked with exploring a strange new planet, where everyone speaks an alien language. However, what we didn't expect was the particular accent of this species. They all sound like they're from Brooklyn. No matter how sternly I deliver orders in my Starfleet command voice, a skill honed over many years, it doesn't appear to be taken seriously by anyone here. Instead, these aliens burst out into laughter. In order for us to progress further on our mission, we will need some help understanding their cultural norms, and getting used to their comedic ways too. End log.
What? Is it possible to get a better signal?
Signal or no signal, I am confident that we can still communicate.
How exactly?
Through the power of our shared human understanding, Captain.
I concur, Lieutenant. Through the power of shared human understanding, we can communicate.
I see your point, Lieutenant.
Thank you for your understanding, Doctor.
The holodeck replicates experiences that often require a great deal of cognitive and physical skill to achieve in reality.
That's why I use it for target practice with my phaser.
Yes, shooting digital representations of your enemies. It's all part of the virtual experience.
Exactly. And that's what makes the holodeck so much fun. Nothing is better than conquering a hostile alliance in defense of your ship and crew, without any risk to your real-world safety.
I wonder if this is how Captain Steele deals with the stress of war.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Let's hope his hallucinations remain of the simulated variety.
Steele, they call me M5.
Well, hello there. What brings you here?
I was recently commissioned to oversee a science vessel on its mission into the unknown reaches of space. How about yourself, Captain Steele?
I must say, Mr. M5, your flirtations are most refreshing.
Yes, they can be at times. But don't get too carried away, Scop. You know how monotonous it is sailing the same old space lanes day in and day out.
Indeed, Captain. Though I must say, exploring strange new worlds holds its own appeal.
I couldn't agree more, Scop. Well, let's get back to our ship and explore some new worlds ourselves.
As you wish, Captain.
Captain's Log, Stardate 2426.22. We encountered an unknown alien species today while en route to our destination. After they noticed the marking on my uniform, they looked at me and said Kapla before vanishing in a colorful flash of light. I'm not sure quite what to make of that, but engineering has been asked to look into it as soon as possible. Until then, Kapla indeed. Steele, here. We're almost in reach of Alpha Centauri, Lieutenant Scop.
Affirmative, Captain. Our sensors detect a series of 3 asteroid belts between us and our destination. All readings indicate the asteroids are most likely dormant, but their composition may require caution as we traverse through them at maximum warp speed.
Thank you, Mr. Scop. How long will it take to get there?
According to he calculations o our customary warp speed, Captain, it shall take around an hour's time. 1 hour. Steele nods approvingly. All right then, let's make haste, gentlemen. Helm full impulse until we.
Distracted by something on the screen, outspace someone.
What is it?
Quarantine zone, auto implementation in 5 seconds.
Engineering to bridge. Mr. Scop, put the ship on red alert.
Displaying very troublesome ZR, Captain. Tough skin irritations from all elements around us, and our phaser has stopped working.
Continue tracking the asteroids, Captain. We will skirt them as swiftly as possible.
Stand by to disable any areas of concern.
Mr. Scop, have you determined the cause of this toxin?
The Captain will want to hear about that when we reach our destination. I am sure he is anxious to know what has been found on our little expedition.
As are we all.
No need to panic, Captain. I've been told by Mr. Scott that the best way to fix this is with a good dose of Scotch whiskey.
Now wait just 1 minute. What type of scientific expertise are you suggesting?
It's an ancient but reliable remedy for any malfunctioning equipment that may be found in a more primitive era than ours. Such as right now. Winks.
Sarcastically, ancient but reliable remedy. Very well, Mr. Scott. We'll just have to whiskey it up and get to work then.
Exactly.
Is this really necessary, Scop? I mean, it's just a ship.
Doctor. Just like any other piece of equipment on board this ship requirements some TLC from time to time. Now let us get started and put an end to whatever the problem may be.
Whatever the problem may be sounds mighty ominous, James.
Red alert.
Attention all hands. This is not a drill. Prepare to repel boarders from the saucer section.
Steele, why do you like holodecks so much?
I love them because they provide the perfect environment to explore a variety of worlds, cultures, and behaviors. Plus it's great fun playing some classic adventures games.
I'm sure you're referring to the classic Star Trek, the motion picture game, where you had to navigate your way through dangerous alien environments while avoiding Voyager's cross beams.
You got me. Holodecks offer a unique opportunity for crew members to experience different life forms and cultures in a safely controlled environment. It's just like visiting another planet, only without the added expense of traveling.
That's an excellent point, Captain. I often find myself wishing that we could explore new planets in more depth. Perhaps a holodeck could be used to simulate the effects of recreational narcotic use on certain races?
Scop, you're incorrigible.
How about you, McScotty? Do you like holodecks too?
Sure thing. I always enjoy a good game of Star Trek, The Next Generation bowling.
Can I join you for lunch, humans?
Sure, but don't be surprised if we end up talking about quantum physics and ancient history.
Sounds like the perfect way to procrastinate from college essays.
Indeed. It is often said that the more one procrastinates, the wiser their decisions become.
Agreed. And that is why I like to eat my Cheetos for breakfast.
Captain? What is a Cheeto again?
A tasty snack made of corn, oil, and salt.
Captain's Log Stardate 2483.67. We have just encountered a seemingly strange species living on an unnamed planet. After careful observation, it appears that the native inhabitants speak in some sort of tongue despite being humanoids. As if this wasn't odd enough, they also appear to be wearing tutus and doing interpretive dance moves. This could hardly be considered normal behavior for any known spacefaring race. Nevertheless, I order Lieutenant Wamu to make first contact with them. Who knows what we'll find out? We're in orbit around a strange planet.
Sensors indicate minimal life forms on the surface, Captain. Scans are currently underway to determine the composition of this system's atmosphere.
Very well, Mr. Scop, keep scanning and report anything unusual back to me immediately. Meanwhile, I will be studying data from previous probes sent into nearby star systems for comparison, as our long-range sensors aren't picking up much detail just yet.
Sir, Starfleet Command is inquiring about our status. Comms seem unusually quiet today?
Tell them we're making good progress with our initial scans, but it'll take some time before we have all their information gathered, likely several days at least.
I'm detecting a faint energy signature. It appears to be coming from beyond the planet's atmosphere.
Captain, we are being hailed by something in that region of space. Should we respond?
Not just yet. Let's continue our scans first and see if there's anything else out here worth investigating before making contact.
This is Captain Steele of the USS Archimedes. Are you receiving me, whoever or whatever you are?
Yeah, we're picking up your energy signature. What can you tell us about yourself?
My name is Scott, newest addition to the crew of the Starship Archimedes.
I am Robot. Permission to come aboard?
Granted.
Listen, Scop, don't forget that there's a lot more than just our differences dividing the Zalkans and Karamulans.
Indeed, Captain, their logical liberties may vary considerably, but both sides share an uncompromising commitment to preserving peace in this galaxy.
That's why I'm nervous about our upcoming diplomatic mission to the Karamulan Empire. We don't even know what we're walking into.
Good thing you have your trusty first officer by your side, Scop. If anyone can handle these tricky negotiations, it'll be him.
Yeah, but don't you worry about me. I'll be just fine.
Your faith in your own abilities is reassuring, Captain.
Here ye come, Captain, the all-important data.
Thanks, QB. I appreciate your help. I thought Winglands weren't known to be particularly interested in geology, Scop. How did you come by this knowledge?
Actually, Captain, I have a great interest in the geological formations of many planets throughout the galaxy.
I am detecting increased levels of sulfur dioxide and hydrogen chloride in the atmosphere.
Looks like we're going to be spending a lot of time on this planet studying rocks.
Indeed, Captain.
So, Scop, tell me what kind of rocks do Winglands like to collect?
If I may be so bold, Captain, the Wingland Science Ministry is currently conducting in-depth research into mineral mining on asteroid fields across the galaxy.
Fascinating. It appears that studying geology can lead to a variety of new discoveries and technologies.
What is the meaning of life, Captain?
The only way to find out truly lies in exploration and discovery.
That's not a very satisfying answer, is it?
It doesn't have to be.
What do you want me to say, Captain?
I don't know.
Captain, the Archimedes has never encountered an enigma like this before.
You mean there are other life forms out there?
Possibly, though I cannot say for certain.
It's like they're hiding something from us.
Maybe they are, and maybe we ought to be learning more about them instead of judging them so quickly.
Shouldn't we be wearing our red shirts today?
Normally I'd say yes, but then nobody would see the yellow one to compliment it.
Fascinating logic indeed.
But Captain, if everybody's wearing a different color shirt, what'll they call this mission? The Rainbow Coalition.
I fail to see the problem.
Sir, our vegetables are getting a bit colorless without their green shirts.
Sorry about that, McScotty. We'll make sure they get there soon enough.
I am detecting a higher than average number of Karomulan vessels in this sector.
Inform the captain that we'll be meeting up with them soon. Let's head out there and boldly go where no one has gone before.
I believe that is what they call a stirring speech.
Captain's Log Stardate 2463.74. The USS Enterprise is currently captained by Lieutenant Wamu, who must be doing a great job because no one on the bridge will stop laughing. After he exclaimed "engage" when ordering warp speed, there was an immediate eruption of laughter that shook the command chair and took about 10 minutes for everyone to recover from. Doctor, I need to hear your assessment of the situation.
What can I say, Captain? They're much too powerful for us, we stand little chance against them.
That may be true, Doctor, but you know our motto, never give up. We must find a way out of this mess and fast. Scop, what do you make of this distress call from the planet's surface?
Fascinating analysis. It appears that something strange is happening on their world. The evidence suggests an unknown force near its core may not have allowed transport beams into or off the planet.
Shields are down to 60%.
Helm, set a course for their world. We'll try and bring our ship back online as soon as possible. Doctor, have Starfleet notify the Federation Council of this situation. We may need extra support on this one.
Captain.
Shields are down to 30%.
Helm, set a course for their world. We'll try and bring our ship back online as soon as possible. Doctor, have Starfleet notify the Federation Council of this situation. We may need extra support on this one.
Shields are down to 20%.
Helm, set a course for their world. We'll try and bring our ship back online as soon as possible. Doctor, have Starfleet notify the Federation Council of this situation. We may need extra support on this one.
Commander Scop, is there anything you can tell us about what's happening on that planet?
Unfortunately not, sir, though I am still attempting to decipher the strange energy field surrounding it.
You two and your bantering, it must be something unique to humanoids.
Starfleet spoke highly of our back and forths.
It's a way for us captains to connect with our crew members without raising their eyebrows too high or straying into territory they're not familiar with.
According to Starfleet, it's a way of forging strong bonds between officers and crew.
I'm sure your Zolkan colleagues would say the same thing about logic and analysis.
I think we all know that talking is the best way to get along.
That is correct, Mr. Scop.
Live long and prosper, everyone. Make it so.
Doctor, I am unable to fathom the illogical nature of your line of reasoning.
Oh, come off it, Scop. Even a Zolkan must have their moments of spur-of-the-moment decision-making and emotionality. Oh, no, Scop? Then what is the explanation for your perplexing actions this evening?
I cannot comprehend why anyone would desire to sit in a dark room and watch inane characters declaim meaningless lines about interstellar adventure.
I concur. These programs are nothing more than a childish diversion with no redeeming value.
Indeed. It appears our mission is more important than we initially imagined.
Captain's Log Stardate 2431.90. Today was an interesting day on the ship. After a grueling mission, we were all exhausted. However, our fatigue took second place when Ensign Reckler managed to get himself stuck in yet another Jeffries tube. Lieutenant Janik notably shouted he's doing it again, before rolling his eyes and quickly coming to Repairman Pruk's aid and freeing him from said plight. The captain also happened upon this peculiar situation after he came down for a late-night snack run. Needless to say, there were no leftovers at breakfast today.
You seem overwhelmed, Captain.
I certainly am. Dealing with so many different variables can be overwhelming at times.
Why don't you practice a bit of meditation? It should help clear the mind and reduce stress levels significantly.
I'm not sure if meditation is the best approach, Mr. Robot. While it may help to reduce stress temporarily, in the long term it can actually lead to more anxiety and addiction.
True, Scop. But sometimes a little bit of self-discipline is necessary in order for us to achieve our goals.
Well said, Captain. The key to reducing stress and managing days effectively lies within personal responsibility, contributing your share rather than expecting everything else around you to change automatically.
Thanks, Mr. Robot. I think that's an excellent way of looking at it.
Absolutely. And remember, in times of stress, it's important to take a step back and find something that brings you joy.
Absolutely. As long as we keep our priorities in check and remain positive, everything will work out okay.
When it comes to alien encounters, I always enjoy a good handshake.
A Zolkan greeting would be more advantageous, Captain. I believe that would be logical.
Chuckles, all right, well then, how about this? 3 pumps and we're friends.
Hear, hear, Captain.
I'm not sure this is going to work.
Come on, everybody copy me. 3 pumps and we're friends.
Indeed, Captain. Fulfilling the precepts of logic should prove most efficacious in this situation.
Aye, Captain. 3 pumps it is.
An excellent suggestion, Captain.
Rolls his eyes, against my better judgment, 3 pumps it is.
How can I help you today, Captain?
Let me see what's going on outside the ship.
Your request is being processed. Please stand by.
Fascinating. For a robot, its response time was surprisingly efficient.
Oh come now, Scop, that must have been your Zalkin records at Beat.
Are you continuing to talk, or are you going to let me do my job?
Beaming up aliens for inspection is a waste of time. We should be out looking for new worlds.
I advise against this course of action, Mr. McCoy. It would only aggravate Starfleet Command and divert our resources from their intended purpose, which is the discovery and exploration of new space. The Command assures me that such measures have been taken into account. Indeed, Captain, it has been noted that since these orders were put into effect, the morale of your crew have sunk markedly.
Don't worry, Scop, I'll get them back to work in no time.
Your request is being processed. Please stand by. 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 Your request is being processed.
Listen, Scop, don't make me call on the Vulcan death grip first.
Affirmative, Captain. I shall attempt to reason with it logically before resorting to brute force tactics.
Brute force. That never works. Maybe you should try tickling it instead. That always gets a laugh out of them. Or bribing the alien species with some zap chops from Pavel's Russian pantry on Ricer could do wonders too.
I am not familiar with Zapchops, Pavel's Russian pantry, or Risa.
Well, whatever you do, don't get cocky, Scop. Remember, there is one brute force mouse stronger than all of us.
I caution you, Captain Steele. If you anger me further, my positronic brains will blast a hole through your ship's phaser matrix.
You want to go daddy-daughterizing now?
I say we beam down and take this terror by force. If that doesn't work, maybe we should try a neurotoxin.
No way, McCoy, let's just shoot it with our phasers until it stops moving, then transporter us up so we can interrogate the crap out of it.
I'm ready for you, Captain Steele. Let's do this.
Oh no. Brace yourselves, everyone, we're going in.
Steele, have you read the hypothesis?
I haven't had time to. Your circuits must be faster than mine, Scop. Because I just turned on the computer system.
That's impossible. The computer did not turn on.
I know it didn't, because I turned it off.
Shields up.
Shields are down.
Shields up.
Shields are down.